So there will be some issue and disturbance. All of a sudden it'll start becoming hazy. So I'll switch off the video. So hi everybody, before you go live, I'm going to say hi to everyone. It's been such a long time since I saw you. I hope you guys missed me. I hope you did. If you don't, please better do that from the next time.
Yes, Sharuji, we really missed you. Actually, I was wondering what happened to you, and even I was on and off. So I truly missed you. So it is nice seeing your face again and all your stories.
Thank you, Ranjini ji. Thank you so much. And thank you, Anu. I love you so much. Thank you.
Anu here. We really missed your sessions. You abandoned us and you left.
No, Anna, I didn't abandon. I just wanted to get so many experiences from so many places. I just wanted to share with all of you. So yes, definitely I'm going to share more. So what the angels did.
Blue angelic wings behind you. It's such a beautiful.
Yeah, it's a dream catcher. It's not a wing, but yeah, it's a dream catcher. See?
Okay. Right. Very beautiful, ma'am. Thank you.
It's a dream catcher. It's a beautiful dream catcher. So you can call me Sharoo. Please do not call me ma'am. It looks very weird and sounds very weird. So please call me Sharoo. I am Sharoo. Okay. And
Sharoo, I wondered where you have gone.
Yeah, me. Okay, yeah, I was in Bali with my family on a vacation, and yeah, I was trying to get the experiences that angels had told me to. There were a lot of waterfalls, a lot of people. Yeah, so in front of the waterfall, I went into the waterfall as well. I was like, it was such a wonderful experience. I cannot tell you. It was beautiful, angelic. And then I did a lot of manifestation with the water. So so that reaped a lot of benefits. So so I brought myself a lot of beautiful memories, a lot of smiles and happiness, which I'm going to share with all of you.
Oh, that will be really, really lovely. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Mez, and thank you, Kamlaji. Thank you so much. I missed you too. Yes, I missed all of you. Yes. So I'm going to start the session now. Okay. Let me take a minute. Okay, I will do one thing. I will first we'll do one thing. We'll do the gratitude prayer. It's a small gratitude prayer that we are going to do. Or okay, I will do meditation later. So first we'll do the session and then meditation for 15 minutes. So it's going to be 15 minutes where we are going to express our gratitude. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gratitude prayer that you're going to say with me out loud or with your inner self, and it's going to give you a lot of peace because it gives me a lot of peace. And let's do it. Let's do the session first. Okay, so I'm switching off my video, and okay, so let's do this session. So in this A to Z series of spirituality, today we have an alphabet U, and that is the reason why I took this session on trauma, because I feel, and I think you might also be feeling the same, the way I feel, that when we talk about trauma, I think it's prevalent in everybody's life, no matter what. And for me, the traumas have always been, kind of a wake-up call. Just let me know also how you felt about your traumas, because even I want to discuss it with you, that how you felt about the traumas and how you guys came out of it, or are you still a work in progress as far as any trauma is concerned. Right now, I'm just talking about me. So when we talk about the trauma, as I said, that it's prevalent in everybody's life. And when we talk about, I think, today's scenario, so I think it's more of the psychological and emotional trauma rather than any kind of a physical trauma that people do go through today. Because rather than any kind of physically beating somebody, there's a verbal abuse, then there is some kind of an accident that the person goes through, there is some kind of, a person loses a loved one, or maybe somebody is being molested, not only through physical action, but through words as well. So these are the kinds of trauma, these come in the bracket of trauma that I think everybody, most of the people today are facing in their lives. But the thing is, what I believe is that unless and until these traumas are peeled, they cannot be healed. And what problem that we face is that we are very scared of peeling the layers of these traumas. So when we talk about today's session, it is about peeling the layers. How do we peel these layers of trauma? I mean, there are two major layers that I have peeled in my life. So these are, how do we do that? Because most of the time we have read it in the books, we have been listening to the masters, but we actually don't know how to do that. We get stuck somewhere. But yes, thankfully, through the angel guidance and through the masters, I have been able to peel those layers of my trauma, which I'm going to share with you. So when we talk about my childhood, from the very beginning itself, my childhood was about a lot of rejection, lot of exclusion, and a lot of emotional abandonment. So that was the trauma in me. And there was this kind of a fright in me that, people are going to leave me and abandon me, and, I will always be rejected. And what was happening was, because of that, please listen to me carefully. So I was trying to solidify the core beliefs that I had brought from not only from my past lives, but the belief systems that were getting solidified in this particular incarnation as well. So slowly and gradually, what happened was I started feeling that I'm unworthy, I'm bad, I do not deserve anything good. So I started severely becoming depressed in my life, and even went through a series of self-destructive, actions, you can say. So can you just see the link? Can you just feel the link what I'm talking here about the traumas? So it is not about something that you all of a sudden produce, but there are traumas, there are core beliefs that we are bringing from the other incarnation, and they start solidifying here when we are trying to, when we go through a particular kind of trauma. And what I was doing was, I was trying to put a carpet or a rug on that dust. The dirt was there, but I was trying to put a rug on that okay, fine. जैसे होता है ना, when you talk about the ostrich, what does the ostrich do? The ostrich just sticks his head into the sand whenever some danger comes. So I used to do the same. I used to put the rug on the dust and I used to just move on. But after some time, that pattern used to emerge again and again and again. Till the time I started feeling my external level of core belief. The first core belief, the core belief of my self-hatred. Because whatever the abandonment issue, whatever the rejection issue, the exclusion issue that I was facing, the major core belief was that I hated myself for who I was. I hated for my own, my physical, being. I hated my emotional being. I hated everything in my life. But the first layer that I peeled was the external layer. What is external layer that I'm talking about here? So the external layer is when I started taking care of my own self, my body, when I started taking care of my own skin, when I started eating food consciously, when I tried to understand that, okay, this is the food I'm supposed to eat and this is something which is not going to do any good to me. Secondly, when I brought these techniques like meditation, yoga, exercise into my regime, then I tried to make very careful boundaries with the people who were bringing stress in my life. And I knew that these are the people who are going to bring that stress, and I'm going to be stressed, and my life will be completely a roller coaster, not a rainbow. So I started, making that conscious decision of not being in proximity with them. So that externally, I'm trying to save myself. And trust me, friends, during that time, the universe keeps nudging you. That is the best blessing. But most of the time, you're not able to hear the angels. You're not able to hear your inner voice. You're not able to hear the universe. You're not able to hear anyone because you don't want to, because you're not in a condition to listen to anyone at that time. But thankfully, I did. And it happened after the meditation, after, when I started getting in touch with my own self, that I started thinking this change, when I started peeling this external layer of my core belief, of my trauma. Now that the next step was the hardest one, whereby I had to get in touch with my internal step, because the angels, by that time, I had started connecting with the angels as well. So now they were telling me that, hey, you did the external part. Now what about the internal part? So unless and until you are taking care of your internal thing, you will not be able to be happy with your external one. So now this was the hardest one, because I was very scared of seeing myself for who I was or who I had become, because they were showing me the mirror and I didn't want to see into that mirror, which was reflecting my own image, who I actually had become, because I was very scared. But one thing that I want to tell each and every one of you is what angels told me was that we should not force ourselves to do any kind of an inner work, because the inner work should only be done when you are ready. That's what the angels told me as well. That when you are ready, then only take that one leap of faith, one step ahead, so that psychologically and emotionally you start working with yourself and you're prepared before emerging into those emotional depths of your core wounds. Because seriously speaking, when we talk about the core wounds, you seriously don't want to see and look at them, because they are so much festering inside of us. And when you start seeing them, you just feel so disgusted with yourself that what the hell is happening here? What did you do? Or not even what did you do? Why these situations or circumstances like that? And why did you react in this kind of a thing? You could have responded, Sharoo. So while I was talking about, I was doing this peeling of the second layer, there were so many things that were happening. I was very, very restless. I didn't know what to do, because this was a journey within. So started listening to myself, started listening to my inner voice very carefully, so that I do not get into or lapse into that distraction. Because mostly what happens, friends, let me tell you one very frank thing, that when we are doing the inner work, there are very few people who are able to do that inner work till the word I. It's like, completely they do. Otherwise, most of the people, they either just leave it in between because of some distraction, or they are not able to face that void that the inner work shows them. So it is very important for you to note that, you can't avoid that. You have to keep continuing, and you have to have that strength and the courage. Because sometimes what happens, that I'll tell you one thing, that sometimes during the inner work also, we all of a sudden fall into a victim mentality as well. Because we feel that, no, I don't want to see into this mirror, because I'm very comfortable with my miseries. Why miseries? Why you're comfortable? Because when you are playing that victim card, there's so many people around you, and you want them to be around you, because you want that love, you want that attention. So you feel very good about it, that, hey, yeah, okay, there's so many people around me, and I want this to happen like that. I don't want to change this. But that is not something that we need to encourage, because somewhere down the line, a pattern will start existing, and there's another lesson that will come to you, which will be the hardest lesson of your life, because that is something that you have to learn. So for me, peeling the second layer of the trauma in this journey was very difficult, because I was trying to, you can say, pointing out at that part of me which was very shunned, which was rejected by me, which was alienated by me, which was completely repressed, not only by me, but my friends, my family, by my society at large. So there was a lot of pain that I felt during that time, and that pain was also sometimes ruthless to me, because it was absolutely, I cannot explain how it was. So what I believe is, unless and until we are peeling the second layer, unless and until we are undergoing that painful journey again and again, and we are looking into the eye of that particular trauma that we have, we will not be able to peel the layers of the trauma. We will not be able to understand our traumas. Not at all. Maybe, हो सकता है on the superficial level, maybe you will be able to feel that satisfaction that, okay, maybe I have done that, but actually you're not, unless and until you actually just see that part of you which has not recovered, which is still festering, which still has that wound. So I wanted to run away from this. That was my first instinct, because there was so much of scare and there was so much of fear in me, that this was a terrifying experience. Sharoo, just stop this. But then thankfully, the angels were there to, guide me. And thankfully, I did not leave them. I did not stop listening to them. And that was how I became liberated. So guys, we all carry a series of stories within us. It's not something which I only have, you don't have. Everybody has their own stories which are interwoven and which are there. And these stories compose of many memories, and there are so many, you can say, experiences, and there's so many beliefs and assumptions also there. But the greatest thing that you can do, as far as your trauma is concerned, is not to dramatize your pain. Sometimes, what happens is, when we talk about the trauma, we start thinking, that, wow, now I'm talking about my trauma to the people. So it's like kind of a badge of honor that I'm carrying. That, hey, because this is PSSM, and because if I tell my sob story to people, the people are going to feel very sympathetic and empathetic towards me. So I'll keep carrying on this story with thousands and hundreds of people. I will share this experience again and again and again and again to people, so that people feel very close to me. But friends, let me tell you the truth. When we start reiterating these stories, when we start telling these stories, rather than saying that what we have achieved through this story, rather that if we keep saying and telling them about this sob story, that, hey, I am this, I am that, I was this, my parents were this, and my family was this, my society was this, what is happening is, we are trying to again reiterate whatever has happened to us. We are trying to give more energy to that. And moreover, we haven't yet peel the core beliefs. So what will happen is, it is going to magnify more into our lives. So please do not do that. That is something that I have learned in my life, and I'm just merely sharing it. If you feel that you have another way of doing it, that is absolutely fine. I would love to hear that, but this is my story. So when we talk about trauma, it's just a two-step process, whereby you have to look into the internal layer, and where you have to do the external layer peeling. That's all. These are the two steps. And if you have done this process, which is definitely a long process, which is definitely a complex and demanding process, but trust me, if you have done that, then it is going to be a meaningful journey for you. So this is what I wanted to share with all of you. And I hope this was something that has been useful to you. So if there is anybody who wants to now share, they can share their thoughts on this and their experience as well. Hey guys, I'm here. Yes, hi, hello. Wake up.
Hi, Sharoo.
Ji Sumati ji, hello, how are you?
Hi. Yeah, it's been quite journey because my dad is around, so it's 84, and that's why apologies I'm not able to attend regularly. I just came in, but I think I've got a gist of what you spoke. Correct me if I'm wrong. I agree with you totally, and I think it really takes a elevated self to look at the positive outcomes from the negative experience. And I don't know if I'm waffling here, but I just heard the last bit, but your flyer says, oh no, it's a gratitude prayer. So I believe it's about reflecting and thanking the universe for the opportunity, but I think more so in forgiving. I found that so amazing. It's you just go on an elevated self, and what you've gone through is nothing because you've learned abundantly, and it takes a great joy to be a better person, to look at the overview and forgive whatever that's happened, whoever who've sort of been a challenge in your life, although it's not been your fault. That's what I feel. Yeah. Maybe before meditation, I would have I would have quipped and thinking that we are what do I say? We are comforting ourselves by sharing our story. Yes, we can share the stories without any emotion, but sometimes emotions may come in and unconsciously we get sucked into it. Yeah, you're right. Thank you, G. Thank you. That's my sharing. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sumati ji. Yes, as you rightly said, the forgiveness. Yes, it is a part of our it is, you can say that part of the trauma, because I was talking about Sumati ji, the traumas, how to peel the layers, how to um, uh, recognize your traumas and how we can peel the layers. Then only we can move forward in our lives and in our journeys. How to do that, because usually people are not able to do that. And they just superficially probably they might do, but otherwise they don't know how to do it. So we were discussing about that. So yes, forgiveness comes also in that, it also comes into that bracket. Because it is very important for us to forgive ourselves, because as I said, that in my experience the self-hatred was tremendous, and that is the reason there were minor core beliefs that were giving birth because of this major belief of self-hatred. So there was exclusion, there was rejection, there was so many other emotions that were there. And when I started peeling the layers, then only I got to know that, oh God, self-hatred is the mother of these beliefs. And from that, there are so many other belief systems that are, taking birth. So yes, that was something that I was talking about. So thank you, Sumati ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharuji. May I ask the process of peeling, please?
Yeah, I just described that it's a two-way process, two-step process, in which we have to first externally peel the layer of the trauma, whereby we talk about the body, we talk about we talk about basically the body, how, like I did. For example, I was trying to take care of my body, my skin. Then I inculcated meditation, yoga, exercises, all these things, they started pouring in. But then the second layer that I had to be peeled was internal, which was the most difficult part of the entire thing. So it was the inner work that I had to do. And this was something that I discussed. So yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Sharuji. I'm sorry, Masters, if I've asked for a repeat and taken your time. Thank you.
No. That is okay. Absolutely. Thank you, Sumati ji.
Thank you.
G Anu G. Yes.
Sharji, I wanted to say that what traumas you spoke, the things that you spoke about, does it also happen that we get a false, maybe the ego steps in and we think that we have worked on us? Because it happened with me that there's a certain lady who kind of, I would always have some kind of a conflict with that person, particular person. But as I was deep in my meditation or this work of spiritual work, I kind of had a false ego that I can handle it with affirmations, with positive thinking, and with working on myself. It cannot. And I was kind of tom-tomming about it to even my friends that this person has no longer that hold on me and I can manipulate this, not manipulate, but manage the situation. But recently, when I was put in a test where I had to live with that person for 2 months, and everything kind of triggered, and I realized that it was just a false ego. How do we, so my question is, how do we really, I think one clear thing is when the next time that situation comes, we don't get triggered. So that is a clear indication that we have really worked. But because you have done so much of work on yourself and you peel these internal, external layers, is there any other way of knowing it when the situation, before the situation happens, that we get indicated, yes, we are ready or we have completely, utterly worked on it? I hope you understand what my question is.
Yeah, of course, I do.
Yeah.
So basically, Anu, what I used to do was that I used to do a lot of inner dialogue. So most of the time I used to have this dialogue with myself. For example, throughout the day, if I'm doing something, throughout the at the end of the day, when before I used to start meditating, I used to invoke the angels and ask them that what are the things that I did right, and what are the things that I did something which which probably might have solidified my core belief. Was there anything that I did? So there were days when there was the angels used to say that no, there was nothing that you did, everything was okay. There were days when they told me that, hey, this was the statement, or this was this is how you reacted to a situation rather than responding to a situation. So when they used to tell me, because every day at the end of the day, I used to make it a point to have an inner dialogue with myself and with angels, that where did I go wrong and what did I do right. So I used to give a pat on my back when, in a situation, if I responded. And I used to then be also a hard task master to myself when I used to feel and see that I have reacted to a certain situation. So it is like, you are your own teacher and you your
Right.
own student. So
Right.
it's like, checking and rechecking yourself every day. So it was, as I said, it's a very complicated and complex work as far as inner work is concerned, because there is nobody who's checking you. Yeah. So
But
it is just
one thing is, we have, when we are true to ourselves, we actually know everything, right? We also know that we have faked this and this is genuine and this is probably the best optimum thing. So what you're saying is, even though we won't have angels answering us, but our consciousness or intuition would kind of tell us that if we went wrong or if it was according to what we had tried to work on, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
absolutely,
There would
because
be something telling us that, yeah,
yes,
this was acceptable, or this is, you're on the right path, or this was completely out of turn, and instead of reacting, you could have responded later with a probably a positive or more win-win situation. Is that what you're saying?
yes, absolutely, because it's like, as I said, I gave you an example of an ostrich. So I
Right.
used to be like an ostrich who would always keep my head in the sand, not to
Right.
see what was coming, no, who didn't want to see that there was a fear. And sometimes I used to just say to me and myself that no, Sharu, it's false, whatever you are thinking, it's not there. But that fear used to exist, and the patterns, the situations used to tell me that, Sharu, you've got to work on it. But my ego used to tell me otherwise, that no, Sharu, you're okay, you're fine with it. But then
So,
slowly and gradually I got the
go
hang
ahead,
of it.
please.
Yeah, so slowly and gradually I got to know where my ego was talking to me and where my inner voice was talking to me. And when I could make a complete fair difference between the two, that was the time when I started working on myself. So I started this inner dialogue every day before the meditation. And through that inner dialogue, there were few questions that I used to ask myself every day, and I used to tick mark it. That, okay, this is done, this is done, this is done. So I used to give myself some grades, out of 10, where do I stand? And then after that, I used to ask the angels also that how was this, how was I in this, previous week? So they used to give me the grade. So this was something that I used to do, and it was a very, very tedious process, because doing this inner dialogue every day with yourself and being true to yourself, that is the most important and the most dangerous thing, you can say, or you can say that it is the most tedious thing in the entire world, where you have to be very true to yourself.
So I
So
see that you were 100% committed to that particular cause, and you really worked yourself for it relentlessly, every day, week on week, till you achieve the results, right?
absolutely, every day.
Wow.
Every day.
Okay.
Every day. Yes.
I don't think I do it only when it gets triggered, or when we in the it's more or less after the fact, once the thing has happened. But what you were doing is, as a prerequisite to work on yourself, you were also considering different aspects and then working on it, right? Hence the layers,
Absolutely.
and hence the intent. Okay, ma'am, thank you,
Absolutely.
Sharoo.
Because
Okay.
the first, because I've been in meditation for about 11 and a half. It was not in the beginning of my meditation that I started doing it. It was much later, I think maybe 4 or 5 years later, when I started actually understanding, when the angels had also come into my life, and I was trying to get connected to them. I was trying to understand them. And after that, after 3 or 4 years, it was that time that, maybe 5 years down the line, that I started actually working on myself. Before that, I was just working on my physical self. But after that, it was complete grind. I was completely churned and purged and purified. And, it was something that I was doing. That process was very, 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 you can say, painful. It was a very, very, very painful process. But the
Was there
results
ever any
today,
situations where you worked on yourself, but the not just the situation, but that things still stayed, but because you had worked on yourself, it didn't matter anymore how the outcome would be?
yes, yes,
Right?
yes, absolutely. ये तो हुआ ही है, because maybe the way you start seeing life changes, your perspective changes. That how you start looking at the relations, how you start looking at a person, because where the hatred used to exist, it stopped existing. I would not say that, hey, love was there and everything was there, but no, the compassion and empathy was being, you know, uh, uh, it took the place instead. So where there was hatred, the compassion came. Where there was anger, there was no love. Obviously, there was no love, but yes, the anger melted down, because I started understanding people, their situations, and I started being in their shoes, and I started knowing that everybody is going through their own journeys. So yes, it is not right now their time to understand that whatever happened between me and them was being orchestrated by us. So maybe it is their choices that they took, and it is my now conscious choice that I'm taking, so that my relationship becomes peaceful, harmonious, and healthy. So yes, things changed because I changed my perspective and I changed myself through the angels. So yes.
Thank you. I think you're saying to be completely aware about the entire our own learnings, and then also the awareness about the other people and how it changes. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Deeply
absolutely.
deep gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you. So I will just tell you one more example where, I was being tested, and I was talking to Anu also about this, this example. So we were just discussing something, and all of a sudden this experience with angels came. So it was about the COVID of my son, the elder son. He had, when the COVID had come, so he caught that during that infection, the period he was there, and he was in a bad state. So he was in such a state that he was on a deathbed, and I was completely helpless and hapless. So initially I cried and cried and cried, that because I knew that he's not going to be anymore, it was something like that. So what happened was that, all of a sudden this started coming to me, that Shar, you don't have to cry, and you just have to pray that whatever is going to happen to your son is going to be for the greater good. And what happened was, the time I started saying this, that I'm letting go of my son. Now it is up to you whether you want him to be my support system, whether you want him to be in my life or not. It is up to you. When I started saying this, the next day, his fever started, his temperature started coming back to normal. And when during the meditation time, when I asked this question to the angels, that what was that? So it was, they told me that it was a test that was being thrown at you, whereby we wanted to know that, how detached you were, because you always used to say that I am detached to this thing, I'm detached to that thing. We wanted to actually see that whether are you detached to things and people, or do you think you are detached to things or people. So this was a test that was being thrown to me, and as soon as I let go of that attachment and let go of all that thing, because I stopped crying. I did not cry. I was not bargaining with the universe or the source that if you will give him life, I will do this and I'll do that. I just said that, okay, it is up to you now. And already the angels told me that it was not his time. The situation was being created by you and by us, just to see where you stand. So this was a very difficult test that was being thrown at me, 1.5 years back, whereby he went through this. So yeah, I mean, not only I get an opportunity like these, whereby I see myself where I stand through my own situations and circumstances, but there are also situations which are created by the source to see that how much trust you have in yourself and how much work have you done on yourself. So these were the kind of tests. So this is one of the examples and the experience that I want to share with all of you. Yes. So anybody else wants to say anything? And if there is nothing, then we can go back to our gratitude prayer. So we are going to do that prayer. That is a very short prayer, I think just for 10 minutes or 10 or 11 minutes. So we're going to do that. I'm going to share the music. So you can just close. Yes, who's this? Yes, Mridula ji. Yes, yes.
How are you, Sharoo ji? Can I say something?
Yeah, please, please. Go ahead.
No, thank you so much for sharing with all those examples and explaining with each and every aspect of dealing with trauma and what you went through and all. I think, and I always thought that I'm very strong, and I am strong. But the reason that I had actually joined this meditation group was that Anjali, one of my friends, said in Germany that I lost my mother. And that was a very, 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 very big trauma. So now the way you were explaining, but when you either you just accept something or you just give up. So I don't know how to deal with it. I've kind of given up. I'm not able to accept. I still remember her. I still miss her, and I'm trying to be strong. So how to deal with death when you know that this is bound to happen?
Mridula ji, one thing is there that when we talk about dealing with losing a loved one, we have to give ourselves a lot of time. Because it's a process. Healing is a process, and it is not just a 1 month or 2 months process. Sometimes this process becomes very long. It can be 1 year process, 2 years process, and it is absolutely all right if you still feel want to feel that presence of your mother or still feel her, because that is absolutely normal with everyone. I mean, I don't think so. I don't see any sense of you letting go of her memories or letting go of her. It's like, you can't just hold on to her hands and just tell that, no, mom, you have to stay here, because sometimes it happens that your feelings will, or your emotions will, make her earthbound. So you don't want to do that, obviously. But if you have got good memories with her, if you have got that still feeling of that love and that loving emotion still with her, so I do not see that you should, any whichever way, should try to leave that. So as you said that, you have given up, right now this word that is coming from you is like, that you're not able to let go of it. Giving up
No.
here means in a very negative connotation, that it's like, I have given up because I don't have strength now to deal with it. So I've given up on that. So please do not do that. And it's okay. It's a process. As I dealt with my dad's death, and as there's so many people over here also who've been dealing, like Madhavi, she's not here, but she also dealt with her mother's death. And there's so many people who are dealing with the death of their loved ones. The only thing is that you just have to just let go of that feeling of attachment. That's all. The love remains, the attachment goes.
I keep asking myself, will this pain remain the whole life? I mean, love is there. Love will remain the whole life. My memories, the beautiful memories, and the time I spent, the moments I spent. But the pain, I just ask whether it will remain the whole life, because it's very painful. It's really very
Mhm.
painful.
Mhm. Pain remains till the time you do not accept it as a part of your life. The day you will accept, that is the time when you will start healing yourself. Because we keep saying time is going to heal, time is going to heal. Time doesn't do anything.
It does.
We do it. The day when we start accepting it, that is the time when we start healing ourselves. And that is the perfect time for us. So please just be gentle with yourself. I don't think so that you have to be very harsh on yourself. You can just try to be with yourself, try to be with the energies of your mother, and you can just ask for her guidance whenever it's possible. And she is definitely going to be there to guide you. That's what I feel. Yeah,
Thank you.
Mridula ji?
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lot
Sharuji,
of
can I
hugs.
tell you something?
Thank you.
Yes.
Sharuji, can I tell Mridula ji something?
Yes. One minute. Mridula ji, lot of hugs and love to you. Loads and loads of love to you from angels and from me. Loads of
Thank you
hugs.
so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mridula
Yes.
ji, first of all, very sorry to hear about your mother. I had heard it somewhere that when someone who we really love, the memory, because you asked, will it ever the pain go? The thing is, it has created a hole, okay, in your heart. This hole will stay with you till you are on earth, okay? But what you will do is, every day you will fill this hole with, whenever you think of your mother, think of a happy memory also. One immediately, if you want to remember, I mean, obviously right now you're grieving and you have too much sadness, but also bring in, like, it's your whole, it's your heart, just bring one good memory of her, and just along with that keep it next to it. Day by day you keep that, and you will just get used to her not being around you in physical sense. That's all. And then what will happen is, slowly the weight of this pain, the grief that you're going through will lessen, because right now the weight, you will not be even able to do work, right? You must be breaking down at odd places and while doing different things, because you're remembering her and her absence. As Sharuji said that she's with you, but if you do this exercise, it will kind of help you, because I was in a helping cell earlier, and they used to do this exercise. I hope it will help you also. And
I'll
just
do that.
give
I
her
only
love
have good
through.
memories of her. I
Yeah,
only
and
have
just,
good memories.
you know how you should do it, like put one memory, and then next day it should be something totally naughty memory, or something that was mischievous about her, how she enjoyed her life, some good aspect of her also. Okay, not just the bond between you and her, but she as a human, and what all she accomplished as a mother or as a wife to your father, and so many different things, right? Because she was much more than that. So and this will hopefully help you. Prayers and love. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anuj. Thank you.
Yes, Sumati ji, you want to say something?
May I add something, Sharuji?
Ji, bilkul, please.
Thank you, Master Anu. Yes, I rhyme with Anu and Mridula. I lost my mom in 2019, and 2 years later, I lost my brother. And can you imagine what I would have gone through, because it was my younger brother. So whatever Master Anu said is 100% correct. That was one of the strategies that I did. But I also I don't want to repeat what she said. It's full valid info. But I also want to tell you, it's okay to cry. It's perfectly acceptable. It's perfectly normal, because it's a healing process. It is a real healing process. And yes, sometimes you feel you've cried really, really, hard, or, you drained your tears. And then, like Anu said, you could just think about the crazy thing, all the jokes that she's done, or all the, little whatever she's done, and associate it, with those funny things, and you'll have a good laugh. But I want to tell you, okay, it's absolutely acceptable. I had a manager who who had stiff upper lip. That is a proverb that we will say to the typical local people who try to maintain a very serious face. I told about my mom. Her mom had passed away more than a decade. And for the first time in my association with her, she was feeling really perturbed. And then I thought, wow, she really has got a heart, I thought. So it doesn't go away. It can be decades. It doesn't go away. And also to share with you, Mridula, and my dear friends, although my mom passed away in 2019, some beautiful events are happening at home with my father around, beautiful, beautiful things. And I've been going on very well, just praying to my father-in-law, late father-in-law, mother-in-law, my mom, and my brother. Just 48 hours ago, all of a sudden, I was talking to my aunt, my husband's auntie in India, relating some good news. And then I just wept. I just wept. I don't know why and what. The next thing I said is, I miss my mom. And then I realized it was Guru Purnima. And this is the time all emotions just surfaces. And I addressed it. I accepted it. I realized it. And I knew she was saying to me, I'm there with you, blessing you throughout the processes and journey of all the events and ceremonies that's going to happen in your life. That this happened and I understood. Till then, I was so cool. And then I realized mom is there with me. So Mridula, don't feel bad. It's absolutely normal. You can talk to a friend. There's something, someone will say something, or a smell, or an auditory input that triggers you to your mom, and you will cry. It's okay. It's perfectly all right. Don't beat yourself to it. Don't ask, how will I heal? When will I heal? How long? No, there's no answer to it. Each one of us are different, my dear. But enjoy them, love them. But one thing I can tell you is I could connect and communicate with my brother and my mom and my father and mother-in-law almost instantaneously.
Really?
And yes, when they're not alive. as opposed to when they're alive. So there's something, food for thought. Ask what you need before you sleep and put all your energy to it, and you'll get your answers.
I don't know. There's this very crazy thing that I wanted to do, but some friend just stopped me. She said, "No, don't go for such things." I
You
also
don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere. It's all, I'm sure Sharuji knows. It's all, when you meditate, your intuition, your insight, your receptiveness, perception, everything heightens. The universe brings you clarity within your five senses. Six senses. You don't have to go anywhere. You just
Yes.
at the end.
In the previous session, Sharuji spoke about that, but even before that, I think on that very note, I spoke to her, is it a good idea and all? And I was into this spirit calling and all, and one friend said, no, don't just do that.
Yeah, you don't have.
And so I had gone crazy actually, and I still sometimes think about.
But that's the name. That's not spirit, isn't it? We all know this is. We are all is. We are just mortals, isn't it? Mortal beings.
Yes.
So it's the immortal energy that will keep going and keeps keeps connecting to people who talk to them, communicate with them. So it's not calling to spirits. How can you just
I
how
don't
can
know.
you
At that
erase the
time, I
bonding? How
was
can you
really.
erase a physical DNA bonding and all that you've gone through 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years old? No, of course not. But yeah, just go with the flow, keep an open mind and try to be in the middle path.
Yeah, now I just meditate and yeah.
Brilliant.
Pradula, can I tell you one more thing? If you really want to know about it, please read a book called The Soul's Journey. I will send you the PDF if you
A
can ping
soul's
me.
journey, you said? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, what you don't know is that every night we travel astrally, without whether you know or not, and you meet everyone, all your departed people, everyone, even your ancestors, everyone. We go to 5D, 3D, everywhere because it depends on. Sharuji will tell you more about it. So just have an intention. If you want to remember that I want to remember the dream. That's it. Okay. Work on it. And you are not separated from us. She's just with you. And the more you hold her here in sorrow, she has to go on an onward journey. So you should just be happy for her because you're a spiritual person. I'm sorry. I'm telling you that. But you should know that death is, yes, we are grieving, and but it's a spiritual. She has to go on many worlds and different places. She's always there for you. So in the night before sleeping, you always meet her. I'm sure you must be doing that, but you just are not aware about it. And if you just put an intention that I want to remember my dreams, some sign will be shown to you.
I dream of her a lot. I have maintained a diary. It must be around, I don't know, 75, 80 dreams in all these months. I dream of her a lot. That's true.
Okay. So there you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck. And hopefully you will remember everything and you'll come back and tell us about it too.
Thank you so much.
Something good you'll tell us.
So
Okay.
much for such beautiful words.
Also, please read that book. I'll send it to you. It's on my MacBook,
Sure.
so it will take time to dig it. But
Sure.
please read. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll do that.
Hi, Mridula, Ranjani here.
Hi.
One last thing I want to add, in addition to what all others have shared, think of the times when your grandparents passed and when your mother was in your stage, and see how she coped up with it in order to raise you. I don't know at what age you were when your grandparents passed, either way, either side, dad and mom. See how they coped up with that. So I think that is one lesson we all can see. But parents, I'm sure they were also grieving, but I think they must have put bringing up the family as a top priority than grieving about this. That is one way to immerse yourself in the current situation, which is raising your family or devoting your time to family. Is one way to come out of this quickly, because holding on to that sorrow is no good for your mom also, and for you also, and for your family also. So the best thing would be is to see how they dealt with that situation 20, 30 years back. Remember those times.
They
She
put
would
on
have
a
still
very brave
continued with
face.
life.
Yes.
So think of that and you kind of apply the same kind of philosophy what she used, or
the times that she would still try to cheer you guys up and not show her sorrow all the time. So maybe that is one lesson you can take out of it. And I'm very sorry to hear this, and you will recover and heal. By being in this group itself is a big blessing
Yes,
compared to
of course,
people who are
it's a
not part
boon.
of such groups.
It's a
So it
boon.
is
It's a
going to get better
blessing.
day by day.
Yes.
So best wishes to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Madhvi, yes. You want to say something,
Hi,
Madhvi?
hi Sharoo. Hi, good evening, everyone. All the masters. I just came so late. I didn't even attend, but I just want to thank you all for being there because of yesterday or day before yesterday there was a Guru Purnima, and I want to wish and say personally saying that thank you all for being with me, especially for this journey. And yeah, that was the main intention to come so late also for me because I was working. But I wanted to just to say that thank you so much being my all gurus. Yeah, really, whoever here it is, especially Sharoo, you, also the Madhu and Ram who has helped me. And when I'm listening to the story of Mridula Singh, then I also got some, really tears. Then I thought that, okay, I'll share a little bit what's going on over here. I don't know what is the topic or what it's happened, but at least they're talking about the mom. I mean, I think Sharu knows very well how many times I really started crying and this is a wonderful group actually, Mridula Singh. They help you a lot.
Yes, I know.
Like in
It's a
2000,
blessing for
yeah.
me.
For me also, I left my mom. I mean, really, it was very hard because it was not for the corona pandemic, but she just died because we could not get the what you call a place, a bed for her. She just died because of the like the cold. She just had a cold or pneumonia kind. So, but we couldn't get the bed, and we have to struggle a lot. And I healed a lot, especially here in the platform. I do a lot of meditation now. I never know about meditation actually. So I just started only because of mom's depart, how I can come out. And they really, all these masters have helped me. And I was able to attend those 40 days called Enlightenment Now, No Death. So you have to go through those videos if you like to. That's a really beautiful sessions where Madhu has taken early morning sessions for all those corona people who were dying and they lost their the dear ones and all. That was such a beautiful sessions they had, like how we are feeling and how the souls are departing. And the funny thing is, you can't even imagine, as you're saying that your mom is coming in the dreams, that is nothing but you're connected already. The soul is still with you. Like, I mean, your mom is with you. The only thing is the body is left. I know the body, we are talking, but in silence, you can feel her. Just imagine, as so many masters have already said for you here, it's absolutely true. And I experienced by myself. Today, I'm really so happy that I can see her in my dreams, in my astral travels, and I can talk to her more or less. Today, I sleep with a question saying that, Mom, what are you going to do? How did you leave me in the half of the way? Can't you communicate me before? I was so close to you. I keep on saying those things. You were so close and so open to me. And why didn't you tell all these things? Sometimes I call, and in the morning, I come up with a question, with an answer saying that you were like that. And I was about to say this one, but I couldn't get the chance. And you get that answer, I experienced it. Probably I'm going to write a book as well, like how my astral travels are really, frankly speaking. I happen to meet so great masters to understand our dreams also, to understand our own consciousness. And you don't even imagine, I can see the souls departing, not only my mom, my uncles, they have passed away, and they just popped up in my dream saying that we are leaving. What the heck is happening with me? So I was thinking, so that's what I learned, it that I have a clear place and I have to understand why they are telling me and why I have been chosen as a person that they are leaving before leaving their from one dimension to the other dimension. It's completely a new journey. That's it. Like they go from one journey to the other journey. Only thing is we need to accept it, and they have accepted it. That's why they left it. but we need to accept and we need to be very happy that they have chosen their path. Everybody has to go away. You know that.
Yes.
But yeah, and I know the best person in the world is the mom. I can't even say anything about how you must be feeling now, but this is what we all have to learn, more or less, one or the other way. I think all these masters will help you. Only thing is to meditate, be calm, and accept the situation how you are. I can understand. You can talk to any person you like
Yes,
to.
Madhviji.
Like to just. And I wanted to say thank you for all the masters here, and that's why I came here. I didn't even attend. And Sharoo's sessions are so beautiful, so beautiful. I mean,
Absolutely. I try never to miss her session, but sometimes, the work thing and all. But thank you, Madhviji, so much. And you're also in Germany now. I'll just connect you.
yes, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Maybe if somebody allows me, I'll just show you the wall which is there with me at the moment. Let me see if I can show you this.
Or maybe you can just message me.
Yeah, maybe I'll just show you. Can you see
Yeah.
me? Can you see the screen already?
Yes, I can.
See?
Yes.
The whole wall is like my mom's.
Wow.
Can you see?
So beautiful.
Are you able to see that?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, just like I'll come closer. Here. That's completely my mom's, because I just don't want to miss her. So I gathered everything. I also celebrated saying that cherish my mom's memory. So I invited all my friends. They gave me all these, photos. Here.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, just connect me. I'll come home.
Sure.
I think you can also meet Madhu here. We all
Yeah.
can have a session, and
I'll try doing that. You're from Frankfurt? No. Where are
I'm
you?
in Heidelberg, like Madhu.
Okay.
Like in a
just
smaller
one-
village.
Okay, then 50 minutes away from me.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, come
We'll
down.
connect. Thank you so much, Madhviji. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Sharoo,
Sharoo,
too.
giving me an opportunity, last.
Thank you.
And thank you for being a
Madhuri,
good, thank you for being my
Thank you.
master. I love you.
Thank
Just
you.
simply say, I
Thank you
love
for
you. I love you.
No. Thank you for being my masters too.
Love
Thank
you
so
so
much.
much. You're like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big hugs to all of you.
Love you so
okay.
much.
Me too. Me love so much. Okay. So, okay, guys, there are certain things that I want to tell you, which is related to this only, so that there are certain misconceptions that I need to, because this is something that angels have really made me understand after the death of my dad also. So number one, we are not supposed to tread into that dimension unless and until that loved one wants to get in touch with us. So yes, consciously we cannot do it, but if during the time of sleep, during the dream time, if they want us to take into that dimension, then we can. Because what happens is, sometimes, because we are in a very vulnerable situation when our loved one passes, so at that time our vibrations are too low, and if we start treading in some other dimension where we are not supposed to go, it becomes a very difficult thing for the soul. So generally what happens is, what you can do is that whenever such things happen at night, during the night time, you can just pray and say to your loved one that I would love to see you and would love to have a message from you. So in any whichever ways you want to connect with me in this physical world, please give that message to me, and then leave it to them. Do not force. Do not take their hand that no, I want it today, I want it right now, I want to do that. So number one is this. Number two, yes, through the dreams, they do try to connect with us, but sometimes it's the different energies also who try to connect with us. When the dreams come, you have to really make note of the dreams. If the dreams are coming, the similar kind of dreams are coming to you more than 3 times in you can say every day subsequently. And so that is the time, that means that is the message that is being given to you by the loved one. So you have to be very careful while you are doing that. So these are the two things that angels had taught me. Thirdly, Mridula, I just want to ask you one thing. Did your mother give you any kind of an heirloom or anything of hers? Like, for example, she just showed me during that time when you were talking about her. She showed me something, a very small little thing, I don't know what it was, circular thing that she had given you. I don't know at what point of time she has given you, but she has given you something. So is there something that you possess that she has given you?
I possess a lot of things actually given by her.
A circular thing?
Circular thing.
Something circular. So you have to just, do the brainstorming thing now. So it is something which is circular, maybe a ring or something. I don't know.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay. So if that is there, with you, you have to meditate with that ring today. And yes,
it's
so
in
just
India.
Okay. So you know how it is?
Yes.
You can just ask for the photograph of that ring and try to meditate with that ring and try to connect, just pray with that ring and thinking of her. And that is all you have to do, and let the messages flow. That's what she told me to relay to you. So, the message is going to come to you whenever you are ready to receive that message. Okay. So it is going to happen. So, but for that, you have to come out of the state a little, in the sense that, while you're meditating, and it's okay to be vulnerable and to cry, as Sumati ji said, or as Madhavi said, or Ranjani ji said, or Anu said. Yes, crying or being vulnerable is fine, but don't be in this kind of an energy for the entire day. Okay. So your mother is absolutely fine. Trust me, this is what I can say to you. And she has told me to relay this message, that meditate with that ring, that circular thing, probably a ring, and meditate with it, and just try to ask for the message and let it go. Don't attach yourself with that ring at all. Don't attach yourself with that message at all, or with your mother at all. So it is just the prayer, that is all, and let it go, and let the message flow to you. Okay.
Thank you so much. I'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mridula. Thank you so much. She's so happy there. Please do not sulk and do not cry. She's really very happy, and she is, when I felt her, it was like, a lot of angelic feathers and everything was there. She's very soft. She's wearing pastels right now. When I saw, so she's wearing something which is in pastel. I don't know whether it was her favorite color or not, but something in pastels.
Yes, it is soft colors, because she used to say I'm a bit dark, so I'll wear pastel colors.
Oh.
And she was so strong. She had stood for elections before she lost, and I'm not even half of her strength, though all my colleagues and friends, they really adore me, how powerful, how strong you are mentally and physically, how strong you are. You can brave any situation. But when I lost her, I think I lost all my strength. I still go on with my job, work and all, and take decisions, big decisions in work, personal. I help others, but I don't know when will this stop. I'm
Today. The day is today. It stopped. Your mother is there, pastels, wearing pastels, because that's what I could see her in pastels, and giving me and showing me that circular thing, which probably was the ring. And and she just was smiling and just telling me that tell her to meditate and she'll get the message. So I see she's happy.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, Mridula, and thank you so much, everyone. And okay, so we are going to do that gratitude pair. So there are certain things that are written here in the chat section. Thank you. The glowing part that you're seeing is not me, the angels, obviously. So this aura is being created by them, not me. So yes, this compliment is going towards them. So angels, here you are, you're glowing. So thank you so much for giving me that compliment. And Swarna ji, yes, thank you so much. You were the one who gave this compliment. And Swarna ji, as you talked about your the loss, I would not say loss. I would say that you are lucky that you have beautiful memories, and that person whom you called as father has transitioned to some other world, and they are really doing very well there. So I think Swarnaji, I will not say that it was your loss at all. I think it was something that you permitted them to go to the next level. So kudos to you. So thank you so very much. Thank you so much. Okay, and yes, thank you, Swarnaji, for writing this, that you bring all the memories and all the qualities during your meditation of what your dad possessed. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you, Anu. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you, Mridula. Thank you so much. Okay, now please, the gratitude prayer which we are going to speak. I don't know whether I should turn on the music now, because I don't think so we have so much of time. But yeah, I will just maybe 10 minutes. Okay, so I'll share that music. Just for 10 minutes, we are going to do this gratitude prayer. Please be with me. Please bear me and say this prayer in whatever way you want to. So let me check. Okay, so there's something that is not right here. Wait. Just give me 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, yes, it's back. I hope you can listen to the music. Is it audible? Can you hear, all of you? Okay, great. So there is this gratitude prayer that I'm going to say. Tonight, I look back in gratitude. I'm thankful to have lived another day. All experiences from today are gifts. I accept all gifts with thanks. I'm thankful to the love I receive. I'm grateful for this life, this body, this heart, this mind, this breath, and this very moment. Today is almost gone. What exists is now. I promise to you, Mom, Dad, brother, sister, angels, Guru, spirit guides, that my light will shine forever. This light that you have given me is going to shine forever. I extend the joy and the compassion that I receive. I'll keep healing myself, and I'll keep helping others, because this is what I strive to be, the light. Every act and intention lives on. After my last breath, my impact will live on in the hearts and minds and lives of others, because I'm made up of billion bright lights. I promise you, Mom. I promise you, Dad. I promise you, loved ones. I am that part of illuminating bright light this universe has created. I see grace around me and in me as I look back on today. I acknowledge each and every feeling, as I know that every mistake that I have made has become a learning. Every regret has become a lesson. Every tear will dry, and every joy will become calmer. As I look back on today, I know that everything is going to change, and the path to growth is going to be visible. Today, I appreciate the smallest drop of rain and the biggest ray of sunshine. I promise you, Mom, Dad, loved ones, angels, that I am going to preserve my light inside. As I look forward, I'll refine my intention to honor tomorrow's 24 hours. I know and recognize that I've been given a gift of life, and I have to give the gift of love and compassion to this world. I send today love to every part of me and to anyone connected to me. Gratitude is a daily choice I make, and tomorrow again I will look for the light inside and be grateful to that. Just like the sunflower turns to the light. I'm grateful to all that I am and to all that is and to all that will be. I'm thankful to everything I have, and I'm patient for what it is to come. Tomorrow my energy will be renewed. my resolve stronger, my spirit wider. And whatever may come and go, my true light shines on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for being with me in this gratitude prayer. I hope this prayer touched you. Thank you, Mridulaji. Thank you so very much. Hopefully this session brought you a lot of smiles. You're going to be more stronger than ever before. And that's okay, even if you're vulnerable. Thank you for being here in this session. And thank you all and everyone. Thank you, Mess. Thank you so much. Thank you. So thank you, dear all. I hope you will have a beautiful, beautiful weekend ahead. Thank you so much, Madhuri. Love you so much. Thank you so much. So have a beautiful and angelic weekend ahead. And hope to see you again next Friday with another topic and another beautiful meditation. So let's say good night and thank you all. Thank you very, very, very much. And gratitude to each one of you for being here and for sharing your energies and your views and your thoughts. So keep loving each other, keep loving yourself, keep smiling, and spread this love, spread this compassion and empathy to everybody. And thank you so very much. And thank you, angels, for bringing all these people together so that we can meditate in the collective consciousness. And thank you for the presence of the angels here. And thank you for the presence of Mridula's mother. And I'm grateful to her. And I bow down to her that she came and she said so many things. Thank you so much for their presence. So thank you so much for the presence of the loved ones and the spirit guides and the animal spirit guides and all the masters. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Shantaji. Thank you so much. Okay, then. Good night. Bye-bye, Nilima.
Good night.
Good night, Mal. Good night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Good night.